Hello guys, it's me Prince Dynamic and I welcome you to another YouTube tutorial. So in today's video, we're not going to be doing design, but what we're going to be doing is something very special as well. So in today's design, we're going to be talking about how to create brand identity designs. So we're going to be talking about the checklist now. I'm not showing you how to design. I'm not showing you how to design, but I'm going to be taking you through the checklist of what you need to discuss as a brand designer when you want to create brand identity designer. So I'm going to take you through a breakdown of what you need to discuss, what you need to talk about with your client, what you need to discuss with your client, and how to go about it. So in one word, like I said, we're going to be doing like a checklist of what you need to know as a brand designer when you want to create brand identity designs. So if you're new to this channel, please do well to subscribe, hit the subscribe button, leave a thumbs up, and don't forget to leave a comment if you have any. And if you are an already existing subscriber, welcome back again. So without any further ado, let's just jump straight into what we have for today. So before we go into what we'll be doing, I created a video whereby I thought how you can spice up your design. I'm going to leave link somewhere here, so do well to check it out. Without any long conversation, let's just go straight into what we are doing. So we're going to be looking at how to create brand identities, and I already drafted this checklist. So I want us to go through what brand identity is. Brand identity is just the visible aspect, like the visible elements of the brand, such as the color, the logo, the typography, and every other thing that just the pattern, the brand patterns, and everything that just makes up the visible part. That is what people can see with their eyes. Those elements that makes up what people can see with their eyes are the visual, like the visual elements, basically, are what we term as brand identity. And so these visual elements are what distinguishes them from their competitions. So it is what helps them stand out in the marketplace. So basically, that is what brand identity out in a simple and clear term. So we're going to be going through the checklist of what you need to do as a brand designer when before creating identity. So the first thing is for you to ask relevant questions. Yeah, do well to ask your client relevant question whenever you are in a consultation session. Or I can even say the first thing is to have a consultation session. Where most people get it wrong is that whenever we get clients, what we just do is just give them price. I will just, what's your brand name? And we start designing. No, it does not work that way. And that is why you won't be paid less, because you've not offered value. So it is cool when you offer value to your clients. It helps them think highly of you. And at the same time, it helps you even charge more. It helps you charge more than normally do. So it sounds like I'm giving you a cheat on how to charge your clients. We're going to do that. We're going to treat that some other tutorial and some other lessons. Let's just focus on what we have here. So the first thing I said is ask relevant questions. When you're in this conversation with your clients, do what to ask relevant questions. And I listed some of the questions here. First one you can ask, what is the purpose and vision of the brand? Now you might be wondering, I am designing, what does this have to do? Yeah, all of this helps you inform the design. It helps you inform the design. So it is very important when you know the purpose and the vision of the brand. And as well, all of this information are what you will add to the brand identity style guide. It's what you add to the brand Bible. Some people call it brand Bible, some people call it brand documents, so style guide, and all of these things. So it doesn't necessarily need to be in the style guide, but if they will be creating like a company profile, all of these things can go in the company profile instead of the brand profile. So you can ask like, who is your target audience and your customer base? Now you might be wondering that why is this question also important? It is important for you to know the target audience because, like I said, it helps inform the design. It helps you know which direction the design is going to. For instance, now if you're provided with a brand name, for instance, let's create a scenario. You're provided with a brand name and you do not bother to ask about the target audience. Let's say, for instance, they are targeting people from the age of 50 to 50 upward, and you are creating designs like you are doing the normal trend of designs. It will not connect because you've cut out the parts where you're supposed to focus on the end users. Sorry, I'm bringing product design into this, but it is the same thing. Like, it's the same thing. You've cut out the audience, you've cut out the customers, you've cut out their audience and customer base. So it will not connect with them. And let's assume that it's a product like a edible product. These people they will not buy because it doesn't look like their stuff. I hope you understand. I'm just trying to give like a simple scenario so you can at least get a hang of what I'm saying. So you can ask other questions. I have some other questions listed here, like what are the key attributes and values you want your brand to convey? How would you describe your brand personality and tone of voice? It is very important because it helps you know the method of designs you're creating. It helps you know how to go about the design process itself. The other questions, are there any existing brand elements or design preference that should be considered? Most of the time, designers tend to skip this particular question and it used to bounce back on us. The truth is there are some clients, there are some people who are looking forward to creating brand identity, but trust me, they already have what they want in their mind. So it will just be like a stress on your part if you just go and start creating without asking question. To be like a stress on your own part. So it is always important that you ask if there are already existing brand elements or preference that should be considered. You'll be surprised that most of them already have what they are looking to create. So it will help you. You can just get those information and you can channel your own design alongside with it. So to save you the stress of going back and forth. So I'm just going to list out some other questions here. So your main competitors, you need to know their competitors, let them tell you their competitors and what makes them special, what makes them stand out, or what differentiates them from their competitors. We're going to look at the primary channels and medium where the brand will be used, like the brand deliverables, where it will be used. Are you using it on billboards or stuff like that? You just need to know, so it will help you know the kind of design you're creating. So do you have specific color schemes in mind or like imagery in mind? It is very important that you ask this question. Fine. I always prefer that the client let the designer explore varieties of colors and let them be creative with the colors, but it is also important that you get to ask, because sometimes these colors have like a psychology behind it. So this psychology most times is always channeled to the brand existence itself. So it is important that you ask them if they have colors or images in mind. Then the fonts as well. Then you can ask what are the long-term goals and aspirations for the brand. So most of the times we feel like this question should be asked by only brand strategists. No, it is even cooler when you are. It is cooler, or it is even nicer when you are a brand identity designer and a strategist at the same time. Like, it gives you edge over those who are just strategists, over those who are just designer. Yeah. So the next thing is for you to now do your research. So after you've gotten all of this information, now do your own research. Now, when you're doing your research, what are the things you are looking out for? You are doing a research on their competitors, and you're also doing a research on other competitors that they never mentioned to you. Like, you're checking out top competitors, look at their style of design, look at their style of design according to the industry that they are, according to the industry that you are designing for. So look at their style of design, look at what makes them special, look at every other thing like their imagery, their typography. You are not copying, but you are looking at it because you need to be sure that, okay, this is what you're trying to match up with, this is what you're trying to beat. So do your own research as well. And aside from that, now you come to the design aspect. Do research on logos, do research on brand identities. See how people are creating logos, like see how brands created their logos, brand in that particular, and see how, like, there's always this like a signature kind of thing that is across all of these brands. So it is important that as a brand designer, you also carry out your own research. So we have sketch out your ideas, which is the fourth one, and the third one, sketch out your ideas. So after you've done your series of research, and by then you begin to have an idea of what the logos can look like. So take your time to sketch out your ideas. And now this also brings me back to the fact that brand identity takes time. Like, designing brand identity takes time. So don't just tell your clients that, okay, I'm delivering next tomorrow. No, it doesn't work that way, because all of these things takes time, and they are not things that you should rush, or else you might end up creating an identity that will not be strong and will not stand the test of time. So it is very important that you take your time. So sketch out your ideas. Take your time to sketch out series of ideas of logos and things, ideas like light bulb moments, stuff that comes to your mind. Just go ahead and sketch out all of those things. Then you can now start testing each of them and see which one works fine. In fact, some clients even ask for sketch. They ask for the sketch. They would like to see like sketch that you've done, so you can both look at it together. You can also check it out from their own hand, and you guys can work together. Because okay, I also want to add that as a brand identity designer, it is not just your duty to go and design. Try as much as possible to carry your clients along. Like, carry your clients along the process. This will ease you of so many stress. Trust me, it's going to ease you of so many stress. It's going to pick you out of. It's going to help you avoid unnecessary stress. So try as much as possible to carry your clients along the process of the design itself. So sketch out your ideas, share your ideas with clients. Sometimes you can be surprised that they even have their own ideas. They have what they are looking to create as well. So now create drafts, which is the fourth one. Create drafts. Now the draft involves you now moving the designs from sketch to an actual design. So just create drafts using whatever software you like, Illustrator, Photoshop. You can now do some presentations on Photoshop. You design on Illustrator. Like, just come up with so many drafts. Like, you can come up with, most of the times, personally for me, I come up with 2 to 3 drafts, depending on the ideas that came into my mind. So I share this draft with my clients. Then we look at it together. We make some iterations. We correct, and I now proceed to create the final thing. So you see how that I have carried my clients along the line, along the process of the design. So there's no need for back and forth. We are both informed of the process of the design, and we are working. It's more like we are doing this job together. It's more like we're working on this project together, which obviously you are working on the project together. So I eliminate the back and forth. I share drafts with the client. We look at it together, we iterate, and we come up with the final design. Then the last thing, after we've created the final design, and I'll go ahead to create the brand style guide. So this is where I document every information, like such as the brand, all the brand elements, the logo, the color, the typography, the logo usage, and all of those things. And I'll go ahead to document it properly. So these are the 6 processes to follow. For me, the 6 processes I follow when I am creating brand identity design. So I hope you found this tutorial very useful. So we've come to the end of today's lesson. Before I leave, I would like to inform us about the Ultimate Design course. So something special is currently ongoing for the Ultimate Design course. I've brought down the price. I've given up to 150% discount. So instead of paying 20,000 naira, you get to pay just 5,000 naira. And for our US candidates, also at the price tag, just use the link in the description to purchase the course. So I've given up to 150% discount, but the limitation is that this 150% discount is only available for the first 50 persons to enroll for this course. So once we've exceeded 50, you will not be able to make the purchase again. So in other words, what I'm saying is this is an offer you should jump on. So thank you guys for staying to the end of today's tutorial, today's lesson. I look forward to seeing you in more lessons to come. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up, and drop a comment if you have any. I'll do well to reply every comment you drop. And don't forget to share this video with your friends as well. You can save it, and I'm going to see you in my next video. Peace out.